Well, in case you didn't know, the election's over, but NBC News reported that the FBI was investigating alleged voter fraud in key battleground states just days before the election. Joining me to talk about this issue and the laws concerning voter fraud is our legal expert, attorney Jay Davis. Jay, thank you so much for being here. Happy post-election day,
took
I
us
guess.
a long time to get
I'm
here
wearing
for
my
the same
purple.
place we started.
It did take a long time. I'm wearing my purple for bipartisanship. I think that's what we need to know about. So, well, NBC News reported that voters in Florida got fake letters that were threatening to take away the right to vote because they questioned their citizenship.
A lot of this is going on this year. We had Facebook where they had all the Democrats can vote on Wednesday and we'll have a special poll and get a free iPhone. Did you see that one?
I did not see that one, but there was voters in Arizona as well Hispanic voters were getting forms that said that the election was actually November 8th, not November 6th, trying to possibly suppress these voters. For these alleged fraudulent groups, what's the punishment?
For those, that's a little bit different than the voter fraud. Voter fraud typically for a major election like a presidential election may be up to $10,000 as a fine and up to 5 years in prison. But voter fraud in general starts a lot lower, a $300 fine, sometimes not necessarily prison time, and sometimes it's only up to 1 year.
So can voter fraud be stopped? I mean, this is nothing new. We have it in every election. This is one of those elections that I think a lot of people said this is one of the more divisive elections, but it's really nothing new. Voter fraud happens in every election.
Voter fraud happens, just like we've talked before about the Hispanics and the different things going on with them and how they may or may not be allowed to vote in different elections. The lack of photo IDs with voters is going to create problems. You know, there's been groups that have gone out and given dead people's names, people who have recently died, and asked for a voting certificate and handed over. So there's probably no way to ever get rid of it. But right now, it's advantageous, you know, for some people to have no check, and groups like Acorn and all the things that they were involved in doing right now, they're getting away with it. There's no check. A lot of groups say there's not really any evidence of voter fraud. The problem is it's hard to get evidence of voter fraud unless you get a big group.
So for the next time people go vote, what can they be aware of so that they don't get defrauded?
Well, when you go vote, if you're eligible to vote, you're not going to get defrauded unless you try to go around again, and then you're going to be defrauding.
Okay.
So as long as you go in, give your thing, your way of getting defrauded is somebody else voting and diluting your vote. So trying to keep the diluters out would be your way to protect yourself. Okay.
All right, Jay, thank you so much. Very interesting situation. And if you have a legal question, you can send it to us, and we will answer it right here on the air on It's the Law every Wednesday. You can email it to us at itsthelaw@41nbc.com.